the arc that got them to One Piece. Most people say Arlong Park, but me personally I got to One Piece due to Syrup Village arc and its main antagonist Captain Kuro. But what if he had max potential? Let's start from the beginning and go over Captain Kuro's introduction. In One Piece, Captain Kuro, also known as Klahadore, is introduced as a seemingly loyal, uptight butler to the wealthy heiress Kaya in Syrup Village. However, it is later revealed he is a notorious former pirate captain who faked his own execution to orchestrate a long-term plan to steal her fortune and retire. Former captain of the Black Cat Pirates, known as Kuro of 100 Plans due to his genius intellect and strategic mind. Exhausted and weary of being relentlessly hunted by the Marines, Kuro wanted to erase his pirate past. To do this, he faked his own execution, tricking a Marine into capturing a decoy and infiltrated Kaya's household as a butler. For 3 years he served Kaya and won her trust. His goal was to have her write a will leaving her massive wealth to him, and then stage a fake pirate raid by his former crew to kill her and inherit the fortune. His plot was uncovered by Usopp and Monkey D. Luffy. Kuro's elite combat speed and bladed cat claws were ultimately defeated by Luffy's Gum Gum Bell attack. We don't see him a lot after the Straw Hat Pirates get to the Grand Line. He has few mentions like in One Piece movie One Piece, Stampede 2019, also even more back in a One Piece special called One Piece, episode of Chopper Plus, Bloom in Winter Miracle Sakura 2008. Now that we have gone over Captain Kuro's plans, and other things, now let's think about his max potential now. Let's say that when the Straw Hats trained during the time skip, so would Captain Kuro. Imagine him awakening armament haki to his cat claws. His attacks would be more deadly. I really think he could have potential due to his speed. He could easily overwhelm pirate crews in the Grand Line. Imagine if Kuro had observation haki as well, he could dodge attacks and slash enemies before they see what's gonna happen. Now he would be most deadly with Conqueror's haki. I mean, he has to have some kind of will. Now imagine a world where Return to Sabayeti features Captain Kuro. Imagine if the Straw Hats' first enemy to fight in the post-time skip was Kuro. Now the Straw Hats would win pretty easily, but it would give Usopp and Spotlight to show that he would have grown in power. Also, if Luffy and Kuro had a rematch, and we give him Advanced Armament Haki. Advanced Observation Haki and Advanced Conquerors, the fight would be really close, but you gotta remember Luffy has Gear 5 now, so it would go down to speed versus Toon Force. Luffy would still win, but it would be a lot closer than you think. Now we get to the spices of this max potential Kuro to Barity arc. How would he do against Don Krieg? Don Krieg, the strongest man in East Blue, relies heavily on his gear and weapons. Could Kuro win him? Possibly. I know Don Krieg has in status, but if max potential Kuro challenged him, the fight would be very close since Don Krieg's weapons could get overwhelmed by Kuro's speed. Now let's say thought the way Kuro gets to Barity after Luffy humiliated Kuro and his Black Cat Pirates. What if he followed him to the Barity? And he would be angry for the humiliation that Luffy gave during Syrup Village. So how would story influence the Barity arc? You're asking. Well, it's very simple. One name. Usopp. Kuro would be very angry for the fact that Usopp had helped rest of the village find out that Kuro was in pirate back then. So how would Barity Usopp versus Kuro rematch go? As well as you expect, it would probably be in tie. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. Usopp after Syrup Village becomes stronger than Kuro. Yes, it's within one arc. I know that sounds crazy, but that's my take. Leave your take down below. Kuro or Usopp. Now let's continue talking about max potential Kuro. Now Kuro, if we gave him the best haki, I have another hot take. He could outscale Shanks. I know you're probably saying yeah, but it's only because you gave him the best haki. No. Far from that, Kuro has something that would be in deadly combination in speed and haki in this max potential form, so he could come up close and blast you with Conqueror's haki. And that's something you don't easily take to your face. No, it would leave you open for armament haki cat claw attacks. Kuro with haki is in speed blitz demon. And that's not something you just win with ease. No, it would require someone like Loki to take him down, but that's just my take. In my opinion, only thing limiting Captain potential is the story. He was an East Blue villain, and most of them get forgotten in the story like Kuro did. But I hope that Kuro one day makes an appearance during the final saga of One Piece. It would be incredible. I mean, he wanted to be forgotten, and he got his wish, but at what cost? Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.